Welcome once again to Quest and Quill, Facing the Frontier. This week's episode, the way is blocked. The party, after the last time, where they found themselves in this mysterious mine area and were attacked by some strange rock-based ooze life form. They were able to fight their way out, escape from the tunnel, and leave from the tunnels. But they had clearly activated something, as the triangle and the three circles began to slowly emit almost a flashing, pale light. They recouped at the inn, putting their companions down and taking a rest. However, it was interrupted in the night as John stared into the night sky, contacting his mother to warn them that they'd be coming into Baygate and chatting with her. There flashed bright light in the sky, almost like a flame emerging from the darkness, soaring through the night sky, aimed towards the small town before pulling into the mountain. Minutes later, a rock slide could be heard, echoing across the valley. And thus, the party awoke and journeyed back to the mineshaft to see what the heck was going on. At about 100 meters out, they could see that the entire tunnel was collapsed in the pale moonlight. They could feel an ominous presence above the mountain. And that's where we start off. I think, for the sake of convenience, you guys are, 200 feet off, we'll say. How would you like to approach in the pale moonlight?
The
wind howls through the valley off the mountainside. The night air is cold.
I'd like to use the cloak of the bat to use my flying speed to just kind of is there like a tree line or anything like that? Any trees?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On that thing, is it once per day that you can transform?
It's once per day that I can transform, but I can still fly pretty much whenever I want.
In the dark.
Okay.
In the dark,
you're right, correct.
Yeah. I just have to use both hands is the thing, so I can't fly around and shoot at people.
Mm-hmm.
But scouting. Yeah. So I would like to step forward and try to scout ahead, just to get an idea of what we're looking at.
Okay. You guys recognize the small open quarry where the tunnel is. It, there's a bit of hillside that has been chipped away, and then within that, the now collapsed tunnel digs through. You're able to fly up and see somewhat of an overlay of the hills. Well, you don't notice anything immediately with your impeccable passive perception. You see a shadow in the moonlight on the ground.
Okay.
Big shadow.
Big shadow.
Gargantuan shadow.
Is it hidden away, or is it lurking, or is it just kind of sitting there?
Can you please give me a stealth check first of all?
Sure.
As you're flying around.
While he is doing all this, John would suggest that the rest of the party approach
That's a natural 20 for a total of 30.
stealthily.
Okay, you guys can also give me stealth checks as you try and approach stealthily. Soul, like a bat in the night, you're able to soar through the air, unnoticed. And you do a small circle of the hill, sort of flying up the peak of this trail of the coming off the mountainside. And as you do, you notice above the quarry, maybe another 100, 200 feet up, there seems to be a huge crater in the hillside.
Okay.
Smashed debris lies all over the place. uprooted trees and bushes and foliage scattered everywhere.
Does it look like the large mass that I saw earlier came from this? Is there like a trail leading from here to there?
There's no trail. What you notice is that this crater in the hillside seems to be completely empty.
Okay.
And as you're flying, sort of completing the circle around Scout, you look again once again on the hillside, and you notice that just above the quarry, there's a shadow, a small, distinctive shadow. You look into the night sky, and in the pale moonlight, you see nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fly back to the others.
Mm-hmm. You can make your way back. You don't seem to notice anything else except there still seems to be small rocks crumbling within the mountainside. Seems to be the movement of some soil. As if maybe this rock slide isn't all completely finished. The whole mountain looks to have been disturbed.
Well, it looks like something hit the mountain, and I think I think maybe one of the creatures we killed earlier came out, and there might be something invisible floating over the mountain.
No, I saw fire in the sky. I think it's another one of those ships, the ones with the tentacles.
I looked in the crater. There wasn't really anything there.
Perhaps it has headed inside.
Maybe so. You want to go into the mine proper? The mountain doesn't look stable to me.
I think it's most prudent we should investigate further with all of us.
Can you track anything leaving the crater site?
I didn't see anything. The only thing I can think of is it either burrowed in or got a lot more stealthy once it hit the mountain.
All right, take us to it. Perhaps with more eyes, we'll be able to find it.
Sure. All right, so I guess we'll try to go around that big mass that we saw, skirting it so that maybe just enough distance to where people with dark vision could get a good look at it, but hopefully with enough distance where it wouldn't notice us if it's a living thing.
What mass specifically? Because I don't remember describing a mass.
Okay. As I understood it, there's some sort of mass that I saw, and then I moved on to the crater. Did I have that wrong?
It was the quarry and the collapsed mine.
Okay.
And then you sort of went up the hillside, and the shadows cast on the hillside.
Okay. Well, never mind then. Sorry.
No worries.
So I'll just take him to the crater.
What did the rest of you get on yourself?
So John got an 18, and he was also doing an active perception check for 15 with his 60 feet of dark vision in the dim moonlight.
Okay.
I got a 20 south, and I was just doing just look out, see if anything's coming on the rear or on the side. Maybe it's like a in just in case there might be an ambush set up for us.
Okay. Aslan?
Aslan got a 21, but he's mostly just scratching his ass while he follows.
You all can proceed very, very cautiously, dodging between the bushes and rocks, making your way up towards this crater side, where you notice same thing that Saul did. A large, massive hole in the ground. Seems that something gargantuan has struck the side of the mountain. But the crater lies completely empty. As you approach it to look around and touch, Aslan is the first to notice because he doesn't wear shoes. Aslan, the sand and rocks on the mountainside are warm under your paws.
How warm?
Like, not scorching hot, but there was something very hot here not long ago. And as you get closer and closer, it's slowly getting warmer and warmer.
Okay. Can I do a
Like
survival
if you clear a
check
fire off the
to
sand.
look for tracks?
Yeah, please go ahead.
10.
As you look around, you notice nothing, but what you do notice is that the rock and earth inside the middle of this crater has been crumbled nearly to sand, nearly to dust, and is hot to the touch. It's uncomfortable to hold or stand in for very long.
Okay.
It must have ventured into the mines and collapsed the entrance. We should search for another way in.
I would agree.
So we would sneak over to the collapsed entrance of the mines, and we would try to find an entrance.
Okay. Can I please have all of you make me a dexterity saving throw
Oh,
as
yeah.
you make your way down the hillside towards the entrance of the mine?
Be 24 from Saul.
Saul is able to navigate stealthily and slowly across the
18.
shale.
Is this an effect I
Good
can
job.
see?
It's the ground. Yeah, but I if you can, you can have advantage on it. That's fair. And John,
John fails with a 5.
Oh no!
But I think I'm gonna use an inspiration. 'Cause I have a bad feeling about this one.
It's 10. Razzle.
10. As Saul makes his way ahead and
Oh,
travel
get this,
sneaks.
21. Let's go.
That's great.
Oh,
John
goodness.
feels something shift under his feet and looks up to the sky where a large figure winks at him a little bit. And he takes his foot off and steps just to the side and continues along the path very carefully. And as they do this, Aslan scratches his bum a little bit and takes a step forward, and the huge weight of his giant barbarian body shifts some of the unstable soil beneath his foot. And for a second, you step, and then your foot keeps going down and down and down, and then it's suddenly up to your knee, and part of the mountain collapses underneath you as the rocks just cave in. This causes another rock slide above as you are pulled underneath, and you take that's 9 bludgeoning damage, and the rest of you notice as the shale and stone start to shift around you. You need to do something because part of the hillside is coming down again.
Question. Did we sleep long enough to get a long rest?
Absolutely not.
Short rest then?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. This Lynn already fell in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So John's gonna
Well,
gas.
he's in the process of falling in.
Okay.
He's like everything. It's just like the ground is just collapsed underneath him, literally.
Okay. Is he within arm's reach of John?
Have you guys been walking within arm's reach of each other? Is that how you would have done it stealthily?
So yeah, we're like sneaking around together. since the enemy
Okay.
might be nearby. I would imagine so. So yeah, so John would gasp and his brows going high, right? Can't see his eyes, but you know his eyes are wide, and he would say, "Inshaltavan nekutsama," and he would reach out and touch Aslan, casting fly on him. And I guess he would touch a hand to his chest as well, and put it on himself.
Aslan feels himself become weightless, and feels his whole body trying to lift off the ground as the spell takes effect. And his leg is still stuck.
Can I
So
try
he's
to
just-
get myself loose?
Please do.
I'm going to rage before I try
Aslan.
to pull this rock.
Aslan roars into the night. Please pull the rock, and then I will describe afterwards what happens.
Wait, does he roar?
It does. Did it not go through?
Nice
It's
advantage.
17.
You're able to just rip your leg from the rocks. There's, you know, a little bit of scratching on it, but your body is hardened, and it doesn't mean much to you. And as your roar echoes off the surrounding hills and off the mountain peak above you, you guys notice a little glint in the sky. Ding, 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 ding. 200, 300 feet above you, you can't tell. Casting the shadow, you notice 2 familiar yellow balls just falling quickly, almost directly in your direction.
Okay.
Guess John would give Aslan a look, and then he would say, "They're coming. Take cover."
You'll,
What are you guys doing?
And then he would try and run for the nearest cover.
Yeah, I guess I would
Get ready for battle.
take
All of
cover
us.
and yeah, if there's like a tree or a rock nearby, he could take cover at, and then as soon as he can, take out his rifle and shoot at one of these things.
Okay.
He
Eddie,
might turn on
what's
his
Havel doing?
lantern.
Oh, okay. Might, tell me, are you turning on your lantern or not?
I mean, they're dropping right towards us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll hold off on the lantern just for now, because they're like glowing orbs in the night, so I feel like I'd be able to hit them anyway. But if it becomes
They
clear,
glow, yeah.
yeah, if it becomes clear that they like know where we are, I might turn it on to make it easier on me and the rest of the party.
Okay.
We'll wait for that.
John's running for cover. Havel and Aslan, what are you two doing?
Same. I'm taking cover. I am, depending on where the party is situated. I'm gonna be like somewhere near the rear.
Okay. Everybody's sort of running for rocks and cover. Aslan, what are you doing?
Hasn't rolled a 7 on a wisdom check, and he's enraged, so he's gonna fly towards the orb at full speed with his 2 axes out.
Nice. I like it. You can cover about half the distance. You got, what, 60 feet fly, 120. You can... but if you dash, then you lose the rage this turn.
Can he like fly as much as he can and then throw his axes at the orb?
Yeah, you can, totally. Go ahead, please make your 2 attacks. And then we'll start from initiative order. I think that puts Aslan first anyway, right?
Fair enough. That's 10 on the first hit and 13 on the second.
I think the 10 misses, 13 hits.
Alright, that one hits for 11 damage. Rage doesn't apply to ranged attacks, right?
Actually, it does.
It applies to if it's strength based, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then it's 13 damage.
The light fizzles as this weapon flies through it.
Yep. And
Actually messed up on the AC, but it's fine. We'll
as he
continue.
throws these two axes forward while flying towards their direction, they're gonna boomerang back to his hand. That's
Lovely. And
that's
then
his
that
turn.
puts me next in initiative. That puts me next in initiative.
John's initiative was 20.
20. Yeah, I think you were before me. My bad.
I'm still waiting on
Okay, top of the round.
map.
There's
Or do we
no
have
map,
map?
I'm afraid, guys.
Okay. In that case, yeah, he's gonna.
Everything's
he's gonna,
happening in the air. I don't have a 3-dimensional map for us to.
Fair enough. So yeah, so he's gonna run to cover, and as soon as he gets to it, he sees Aslan just fly up and attack one of these things. He's gonna provide some cover fire, and he's gonna target the next one closest to him, because the one that he struck
Okay.
died, right? Or am I
No,
wrong?
it fizzled. But it's
So
still very much there.
Okay, no, in that case, he's gonna shoot the same one.
Okay.
Alright, he'll lower his glasses and say, "You rode tough!" And does a 12 hit?
Indeed, it does.
Oh, it does.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
no, sorry. No, sorry. I messed up the AC. That doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Okay.
No.
Oh my god, does a 12 hit?
I was looking at the wrong one. My bad.
No, I got a 12 again. I'm just joking. Okay, that's his turn.
That means I'm up, right?
DM, what was your initiative?
19.
Yes.
hmm As these two things fly closer towards Aslan, they make their way, beaming in his direction, circling around him as he flies. The first one seems to let off a strange, swirling pattern with like sparkling, flammable lights, almost like fireworks. And as it does, a strange noise just echoes out. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Aslan.
That's 14.
Makes it, beats it. That is what you needed. The other one, simultaneously,
So another constitution.
will...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, another
Never
one. No. This this is a Constitution saving throw. The other one simultaneously lets out a static-like sensation. You feel your whole body start to be gripped. Please make the Constitution saving throw. As a wave of light just off of it.
That's 18.
That makes it. As this happens, you guys notice a large, shining orb blink into appearance in the sky, maybe 300 feet above you, where the orbs seem to originate from. You notice gangling tentacles seem to float off of it in the pale, dim moonlight. One of them seems to aim itself down in Aslan's general direction. And just... And you guys notice a beam of the same orange glowing energy just arc towards Aslan. Almost reminiscent of the green beams that come out of John's eyes, laser-like in its appearance, but also somehow shifting and glowing like the orbs themselves do. Aslan, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. I'm going to roll.
That's an 8.
That
You
fails hard. Yeah, did you roll with advantage because you can't
Oh,
see
he
it?
did. Oh, fuck.
That hit. 4, 7. $28. Forced out. What is it? Sorry, let me double check this just so I get it right. Force damage, yeah.
As he gets knocked back by this laser tearing through his shoulder, he's gonna grunt in pain.
I should have just taken the average damage. You're really lucky I rolled a bunch of ones, bro. A bunch of ones. Simultaneously, this thing will start shifting slowly away as you notice energy gather around it. You notice another one of these large, almost tentacle-like appendages aim down Aslan's direction again. And that's my turn.
Alright, Aslan.
Terrifying.
Apple's turn next?
No, it's Aslan's.
Oh wait, I thought
Aslan went first.
Yeah.
So I'm
Aslan
not
went
gonna give
first?
him a double
I thought-
turn.
Well, he kind of went out of initiative order in that case.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he was giving Aslan like some sort of hidden something, surprise round. Okay. Okay, I see 2 balls in. Sorry. Now that I'm seeing in my head. I see 2 balls and a tentacle, right?
No, you see 2 glowing orbs of chromatic, abhorrent energy flying around Aslan, shooting magical energy at him. You degenerate.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna cast pain on all 3 of them. I would say, gentlemen, this looks like a bad. Oh wait. In this realm, there's nothing that looks like a bad. They don't have like movies yet, right? Or anything similar to that?
No.
Nope.
Plays.
Now, gentlemen, I see 2 flying round things and a giant tentacle. This looks like a bad play. And I cast Bane on the 2nd level.
Okay, on what? Please describe what it looks like.
I take out one of my silhouettes, and it's an X, and I toss it like a wand at each one as the silhouette of the X gets bigger. It's big enough to hit the target, and they have. Oh no! It hits them, and they're branded with an X, showing that they're baned. Everybody knows that they're baned.
Yeah, he hit him with the fringe. Let's go.
Yep. and then I know what those flying orbs, and I'm just gonna run a little bit further away.
Okay.
I'm
That's
sorry,
done?
Dia. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dia.
All
So,
right. So to be clear, the tentacles that attack Aslan, they're out of range, right? They're still in the sky. They're like hanging down near us.
they're about 300 feet up.
300 feet up.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Yeah,
I'd have
it's
to.
not, it's not just tentacles. I'll describe it again in case you guys missed it. There seems to be a giant,
Oh, I know.
massive sphere in the sky, made out of some shining material reflecting in the pale moonlight. And
Oh.
off of it seems to come some large structure with these tentacles almost hanging off it. Now, prone and sprung to action. One building up something, aiming at Aslan.
Orbs been
It's a
damaged
spaceship,
already?
guys. It's a spaceship.
Stop metagaming and ruining all my fun. Yeah, it's a motherfucking spaceship. Okay, can we have Soul's turn?
The orb that Aslan attacked, I'm gonna level my rifle at it, and I'm going to do a deft strike and a key empowered shots to do a critical hit on the first attack.
Is it within optimal range, just out of curiosity?
It is.
At 300 feet?
Yeah. I mean, the orbs are within 300 feet, right?
The
within
orbs are
100.
close enough.
They're within 150
The orbs
feet.
are... Yeah, the orbs are about 100 feet up with Aslan now in the middle.
Okay. And then,
Not 100 feet up, but like, yeah, 100 feet away.
Okay. So that should be good. And then, unfortunately, the death strike, I rolled like snake eyes on that, so that kind of sucks. But, does 19 hit?
Yep.
Okay. So that's a total of 44 damage. First.
That fizzles.
Okay. Cool. So two shots
Pops out of
ring out
existence.
and evaporates the first orb, and that's my turn.
When you say it fizzles, is it gone?
It is now fizzled and out of existence.
Oh, okay.
That means I think John is up.
Yep, top of the order.
Alright. In that case, John's gonna target the other orb because he can't reach the tentacle creature higher up. And he's gonna shout, Erota! Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
So he hits it with a 7, and then with a 26 to hit on the second hit for another 10, for a total of 17 force damage. And
Okay. It's but still holding together. It's sparkling, and cracks of energy seem to be whipping off of it more frantically. Aslan, this beam now builds up, and you notice a lilac purple light staring down at you. And as the beam builds, it and you guys hear a low hum start to echo off of this feature ship in the sky, and a beam of solid purple energy just down at Aslan. Like a lightning strike. The energy seems to be hot. Burn with plasma. I rolled a 19, so it hit.
Do you minus D4?
I can minus a d4 from that. That's minus a 1, so it's still an 18.
I tried.
That is... Okay, let me add up. That's the first batch of dice, because I don't have enough dice.
Aslan, how are you looking?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay. That's 34 psychic damage as you take this purple light directly to you. Anyone who's close to Aslan, who's close to this thing, when it hits the ground, hears almost screams in the humming of the energy. Sounds like 1,000 voices tearing out in pain as Aslan is beamed from the sky.
Was the last attack also psychic damage?
No, the last one was force.
Okay.
The yellow stuff does force.
Is it Aslan's turn next after this one?
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Then I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna say that the beam basically knocked Aslan his full 60 feet of movement back into the ground. He's not unconscious, but he basically flew all the way down from the knockback of the damage, and he looks pretty fucked up. How far is the beam of light from him, from the ground?
The beam of light seemed to go like directly from where this thing was aiming at you, and just like a flashlight turning on.
I mean the orb.
And
Sorry.
hit the ground as well. The orbs are now, still slightly above you, 80, 70 feet above the ground. Moving in your direction still, but not crackling and sparkling with this energy. It seemed that whatever this purple thing didn't affect the beam at all. That didn't affect the orb at all.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna throw my two, as I get up from the knockback, I'm gonna throw my 2 battle axes at the orb.
That's out of your maximum range, isn't it? What's the maximum range on those?
No clue. It doesn't say. For the javelin, it was 120. So I don't know how much it would be for a battle axe.
I think it was slightly shorter. What were you saying?
Oh, is that we had said 60?
Yeah, I think 60 was about right.
60.
Because it's longer than normal. Normal is like 20, 40. I think we did 40, 60. There are magical weapons.
Then I'm gonna say he's gonna use his dodge action.
Okay.
That's his turn.
That means it is.
It's my turn. The orb is still shimmering, doing its deathly blows, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I see my buddy Aslan get knocked back, and Ammo goes, gets a little upset and yells at the orb. It's like, you look like a young man's testicle, all pubescent and everything, no hair on you. You're not a real man. You're just a little boy. And I'm casting Dissonant Whispers at level 2.
On the orb?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second.
10 points of damage.
What type of damage, please?
This is, excusez-moi,
I think it's
psychic.
isn't it?
Psychic.
Yep.
Okay. As you do this, the ball seems to rethink its decisions and then flash out of existence, as whatever force is holding these bits of energy together seems to just lose its hold on them, and the energy dissipates out into the night.
Looks like I popped that load. I run to Havon, get him up, and it's like, how you feeling, buddy?
I can fight.
You look a little wistful, Will. And I yell out to John and Saul. It's like, any of you got any of those health potion thingamajiggies?
I don't think we do. I don't think I do. Check my inventory.
I think our resident healer was Lula normally, right? Oh crap, it is. Because I got no pots.
Okay.
John's busy shooting at lights in the sky.
I look at the group and it's like, we could carry. How long ago was our last rest?
I mean, we had a short rest not long ago.
You had a short rest at the inn. The saloon.
Yeah, between the last session and this session, we didn't get a long rest. We only had a short rest.
You guys want to do a long rest? I could cast a hut.
In the middle of this fight.
I think the fight's still going.
I mean, all right.
Oh no, what's your turn?
Is it my turn?
I forgot.
Eddie, you got 30 seconds, and then it will be Paul's turn.
Then I'll cast dodge because I can't. That thing is like 300 feet in the air. Because that's the only target left, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm casting dodge. And I'm going to stay next to Aslan.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
My turn's going to be very simple. I'm going to holster my rifle, grab both ends of my cloak, and fly up 45 feet, take a dash action for another 45 feet, and then step of the wind for another 45 feet. For a total of 165 feet into the air. And that's my turn.
How does 45 feet plus 45 feet plus 45 feet equal 165, my guy?
Let me make sure I did that right.
135.
Well, you get. I think the cloak gives.
I was subtracting. I'm sorry. I was subtracting. I was seeing. Yeah, sorry. It's 135 feet. I was subtracting 135 from 300, which was 165.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out the right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I looked at my calculator. No, it's 135
Okay.
feet. Thank you.
You Batman zoom up.
Yeah.
I yell out, "Holy warp speed, Batman!"
He is the Batman, isn't he?
Pretty much.
He's basically just that.
He's Batman with a beard and a gun.
Keep
Batman.
your hand on your gun. So what are you doing now that you're 135 feet up in the air?
That is literally all I can do. I use all of my actions available to me to do that, and I'm probably going to do it again.
Okay.
Which
Hey,
is
good to know.
inadvisable, but probably what's going to happen.
Okay, good to know. That means, John, you're up.
John, seeing that the last of the lights fizzle out, he would notice Aslan falling to the ground and catching himself onto his feet at the last moment. And he would gasp, and then he would push off the ground and fly himself over to where Aslan is. And he would notice the blood trickling down his nose and seems to understand what's happening as he stretches out a hand and he begins to chant. And he casts Intellect Fortress on Aslan and himself.
Okay.
And then that's his turn.
Then it's me again. Soul.
Mm-hmm.
One of these tentacles aims at you.
I knew this.
And a yellow beam off of it. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
I am going to use a concentration point.
Okay. You're very welcome to do that. As Pillar Above winks at you.
That's a 16.
16.
Mhm.
Saves. However, you
What's the
still take
second?
half damage.
Okay.
For a total of, geez, that was a much higher roll. Uh-oh. 26
I'm ready.
force damage. to
How
the
much?
face. 26 force damage to the face. As you are blasted by this thing.
Okay.
You notice another one and the same lilac purple energy start to build within it, aimed towards the three now grouped on the ground. And as you do, you notice a third thing. Some similar energy, though less visible than the yellow flashing lights, also seems to be wrapping itself around the ship as you approach. And then I think that's my turn.
Okay.
Aslan?
I think Aslan's rage dropped off, and the pain finally caught up to him. So he'll look to John and say, "What do I do? Tell me to fight, I will fight."
John looks upwards, squinting at the night sky, trying to see where Saul is, but I don't think he would be able to spot him. And he would say, "I don't know. Saul's still up there. I don't know what he's doing. We should probably take cover. Let's try and get somewhere safer. Somewhere where it can't shoot us from the sky."
I think, Mr. Morella, I think we need to do something drastic. Do we look around? Do we see like a cave? Or some sort of like...
You can make an investigation check as part of your turn, but it's currently John's turn.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually currently my turn.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
actually, yeah, it's Aslan's.
And
You're going to
survival
have this
check?
conversation within 6 seconds, that's all I'm saying.
Can I do
If you want to fight...
At the quarry or at the mine, you said there used to be like a shack, right? It was like a work shack.
Yes, but that was down by the quarry. You guys are currently on the hillside, still above the quarry.
Is there no overhang on any of the cliffside or the hillside? Any place with an overhang?
There are the broken, collapsed rocks and the shattered hillside, but anything specific like that, the cover is tenuous at best. There's just been a rock slide here.
I guess John would shout out, "Down! Let's go down, further into the quarry. Maybe we can lure it there."
Aslan will fly 60 feet downhill and take the dodge action.
You're not flying anymore because he casted Intellect Fortress, and that broke
Okay.
his concentration on fly.
Then he'll run 45 feet. He'll slide 45 feet down the hill, I suppose.
Okay.
And then he'll take the dodge action. That's his turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the group. Try to keep up with Aslan and John as best as possible. And I think before we go, I'll yell out for Saul. It's like, "We're taking cover!" And call my standard movement with main action dodge.
Okay.
And that will be Saul.
Okay. All right, so I'll just move 5 feet up, which will put me in range,
Mm-hmm.
and I will shoot at them.
Okay, so you let your flying ability drop. Okay.
Sucks. Nat 1, and second one's a 25.
Okay.
That's 10 points of damage.
What type of damage?
It's technically piercing, but it is a magical.
But it's magical
weapon.
because it's a Kensei. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And then seeing that the others have taken cover, I'm going to travel 40 feet down. Just looking like. I know there's not a map. Is there like anything I can use to like break line of sight from this thing? Because it's not rolling to hit me, right? It's just con saves.
Yeah. Not while you're up in the air.
Okay. So I'll use Step of the Wind again to travel another 45 feet down.
Okay. Which takes you 45 feet above the ground.
Sounds right.
Correct. Okay. Which means, John, you're up.
John would be. Imagine he's scared, so he'd probably be dashing like down the hillside, making his way down into the quarry, looking for either the shack or some type of overhang where they can take cover from the living ship.
Okay.
And that'd be his turn.
Before I start my turn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I'm
What
just
do you
saying it's
want?
your turn.
Before I start my turn, may I ask, in terms of positioning, John's dashing down the hill. He's nowhere near. Havel and Aslan, have you two stuck anywhere near each other?
Actually, I will. I'm going to do my best to cover Aslan.
Okay.
If I need to take a couple
As you-
hits, I will try.
As you do, almost haphazardly, this purple beam builds, and once again, as if a hum fills the air, it echoes out. And around you, you're both engulfed in the sounds of screams. Would you two like to flip a coin to see who it hits? Or should
I'll
I
take it.
decide?
Wait,
I'll
so
take it.
we both
you
ran
can't take it.
downhill,
No, it's gonna-
or
it's-
I'm confused because
You both ran in the same direction.
okay.
Well, okay. If you permit me, DM, Aslan, are you above or below 59?
No, I don't permit you. I permit you to do one of two things. You can have above
I'll
3 or
take it.
below 3.
I'll take it.
Keep
you
in
can't
mind,
take
I-
it.
Yeah, honestly, I
Who
think
wants
Havel
1 to 3? Who wants 4 to 6?
Right? Look, Havel would be like
Sorry?
he uses action to dodge, so he can only move 30 feet, and Aslan's movement is what, 45? So he'd
45.
be 15
True.
feet ahead.
Yeah.
True.
And then John
You did say you take your whole movement.
So it's John is 15 feet ahead of Aslan, and Aslan's 15 feet ahead of Havel.
Yep.
True. I hadn't taken that
will
into
be-
consideration. I just remember that they both moved and then dodged. But okay, that's fair. Aslan is at least 10 feet ahead.
Yes.
Havel,
Yes.
you hear screams in your ears. And you see a purple, dim, almost ultraviolet light engulf you before white strikes your vision, flashes before your eyes. And you take... Ooh, that's a big boy.
What is it? Auto hit? Well, what kind of save are we doing again?
I rolled to hit and I got like 17 plus. So
17 plus. Silvery
I think-
barbs.
Yeah, I think it's silvery barbs. You want me to reroll? That's fair.
You're not in range. You're not in range of the target.
Yeah, you're not in range of the target. Yeah. So that's plus. Yeah, I don't have enough dice. That's 39 damage.
Can I use my
Psychic.
inspiration to make you re-roll it?
No, that's not how that works.
And it's 17 plus. That's disadvantage. I mean, not disadvantage. Yeah, disadvantage because I'm dodging.
Oh yeah, you're right with disadvantage. Thank you for reminding me. That's 18 total.
18
That
total?
hits? Yeah, with disadvantage.
That would be...
Disadvantage doesn't have damage. You just re-roll to hit, right?
No, it's
Yeah, no,
it's disadvantage.
that was me re-rolling.
Oh, okay.
That was me re-rolling to hit. I got an 18 with the disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. What's my AC? How come I can't see my AC?
Yeah, there's no way it's
Sorry,
18,
I
right?
haven't changed it.
It's less than 18, my dude.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's less than 18, my guy.
Now we're running
what
on
was that?
copium.
39. So 39 psychic damage to the face as you're engulfed in white light. Screams fill your
39?
ears. 39.
Okay.
Ah, that's not too bad.
Screams fill your ears, and the air hums.
That's not too bad.
Behind you, Aslan, you feel that familiar warmth. You hear the hums and the screams echo around you. It will, at the same time, drop as you guys see this thing suddenly, as if gravity takes effect on it, and it drops 100 feet in the air almost in an instant, like as if it hadn't caught itself with whatever system it has to pull itself back up again, it would have struck the ground in that same turn. And as it does, it aims the yellow beam once again at Saul. Saul, can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay. Oh, that went from a 12 to a 2, my guy. That's a failure.
Damn.
That's a sad day.
Oh, that's not good, man. Good thing
No,
you
it's
flew down a
not
little bit.
It's not good.
Sorry, guys, my math is terrible today. 24 force damage as you're
24
struck
force.
with this yellow light again. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
As the 24 force damage hits you, you're also engulfed in this yellow light, and it sucks
Yeah, sure.
as this magical yellow energy just smacks you from the sky.
Mhm.
With that, you notice that this yellow energy that seems to be emerging around the ship, flowing and engulfing it, seems to be building further.
Okay. Whose turn is it now?
Aslan.
That's me. Is Havel die?
No, I'm still up, but I'm just like you, also so fucked.
Oh shit. Yeah, he's gonna look behind to check if Havel is still running. As he gets hit.
Yeah, you see Havel running. He's clutching his little brim hat. And he's holding it over his ears. He's like yelling, "Make the screen stop! Make the screen stop!" As he's running like that.
Okay, then he's gonna keep running in front of Havel. Another 45 feet down, and he's gonna take another dodge action. That's it.
Okay. Which means it's now
My turn.
on Havel, sorry, yeah. Havel, then Saul.
Wait, did we skip John by any chance, or?
Actually, yeah, I think
No,
he
you
did.
were up first. I think we might have, did we?
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
No, you were before me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John is just dashing still.
You were before me. We didn't skip you. You dashed down the hill.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So Havel.
Yeah. When it's attacking, is it attacking with its tentacles, or is it attacking with a special eye on the thing? Or is it the eye at the end of the tentacle?
It's too high up and too unclear in the darkness for you to be able to see. What you do notice is that the tentacles seem to be the source of whatever
beam.
this crazy energy.
Okay. Shit. And these tentacles are like super long, right? Ish.
Yeah.
Like they're more like 10 feet or 15 feet from the body.
Well,
Like
Mhm.
the range of the beam or its attack is like very, very high. Is very, very long, right? Because it's 300 feet up the living ship, and it's doing like energy attacks on us from above. It's hitting us even on the ground.
Yeah,
So,
that's not what I'm asking. It's like from the it's like it has a reach with the tentacle of 15 feet. I'm assuming, or 10 feet, right?
It's now dropped like 10 feet, 100 feet lower, so it's only about 200 feet above you. Its energy beams are building, and you're not sure how long the tentacles are, but they seem to be massive.
Okay, that's what I want to know, because what I was planning to do is a horrible idea at this point, and especially given where I'm at and where Aslan's at. That plan just went out the door. Now I am full blown running. I am. Oh shit! The thing is, I've never been here, so I don't even know where to go to.
no, you've been here before, right? You came in with us, heading to the mines through the quarry, and all that.
Where we fought the big slime.
Oh,
Well, this is outside of where the slime was, right? Like we're going back to the place where we fought the slime. This is like outside of the mines, because
Okay.
the mines entrance was collapsed. So we're going down the hill, heading down to the quarry beneath, I guess, where the mines entrance is.
okay. I got this. DM, given where we at, and given what I know from this area, do I know a safe place that gives us overhead cover? That's within 500
Maybe in the
feet.
quarry,
Okay, I'm going to run towards Aslan.
but you
Oh,
also
this
know
thing-
that this quarry and the mine recently collapsed, and the area has had rock slides. So maybe putting yourself in the bottom of a quarry, a hole, might not be the best idea as well. Anyway, please
there's
proceed,
no-
but whatever you'd like to do.
Fuck. Jesus. I'm sorry, Aslan. I'm trying to get you into safe cover before we get freaking annihilated.
Wait, for you though, how big is this quarry? Like the whole quarry collapsed, like because the entrance to the mine collapsed, and then now you're saying that there was a landslide in the quarry as well. It's like the whole mountainside had a landslide. Is that what happened?
Yeah, and when Aslan fell as well, he caused even more rocks to tumble. It seems like the whole hillside is unstable. I'm just warning you guys. I'm not saying anything specific. I'm just reminding you of the description that I gave. That's all I'm doing.
And also, even if I were to go to like the inside of said cave or whatever, if there's no fresh air going in, we're just going to suffocate eventually. And plus, then it's only me and Aslan's going to be safe. You two are out fending for yourself. I'm trying to find a central place that we all could regroup at with some cover. Jeez.
The quarry might be your best bet. But in the darkness and chaos and confusion and the lights flashing in the night, make your choice, man. We've been on your turn for a couple minutes now.
All right. Fuck it. Desperate measures calls for desperate action. I'm gonna close the gap on Aslan. That 15 feet on my turn. I'm gonna hop on Aslan's back. And it's like, I yell out to John. And say, regroup at the quarry. I'm going to dimension door me and Aslan back at the quarry.
Do it.
I mean, John's probably like ahead of you. He's just like, you can hear shale underneath his feet as he's scrambling his way down the mountainside, trying not to trigger another rock slide.
And that's my turn. Unless
Okay.
Aslan says he doesn't want to go, then Dimension Door does not happen.
Okay.
He has no
So
clue what a
you
dimension
do-
door is.
Do you
So-
cast the spell? Because then please describe it.
Okay, I put away as I put away the Bane silhouette. I take out the other silhouette that has the door, and it's like, as I yell out to John, say, "John, meet us back at the quarry." I put the silhouette in front of Aslan. Aslan, you've seen this before because I use it on you and I in that little hotel room with the Kimis, that the other brother,
The druid?
and not the druid, the one in the hotel room on the upstairs, that Kimis.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be within 5 feet of you for you to be able to target him and yourself. You can target yourself, but I think he's like 15 feet ahead of you.
Yeah,
Or-
but I got
He
30
did say
feet.
he makes the gap.
He closed the distance on him.
Yeah, he
I closed it.
he,
Close.
he jumped on him, basically.
Yeah, and I jumped on his back, and I say, "It's like, hang on, buddy. I'm going to keep you out of. I'm going to get you to a safe spot so we can regroup. You coming? You coming for the
You
ride?"
guys.
And
Link
can't
out of
open the door.
existence. And dimension door to the quarry. Okay, Soul, you're up.
All right. Here's what I need to know. Is there anywhere within 135 feet of me where I can break line of sight with this entity?
You can find some rocks or something to scramble under with that much movement speed. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use Step of the Wind, travel 135 feet, and take cover.
Okay. John, you're up. Make me a stealth roll, please, Soul. John, you're up.
John's still making his way down the hillside. Is he within sight of
17 skill check.
the work shack that he saw earlier in the day?
Yeah, you're coming down the quarry side. Now, as you're dashing, you notice maybe. Okay, so you first 30 feet of your movement, full 60 feet of your movement. You now find yourself with the quarry, maybe 10 feet that way, and then 40 feet down. It basically gets shallower and shallower as you get to the base of the hillside. It's like carved out of the hillside, right? So now it's maybe 30 feet, but it's 10 feet, 20 feet, another 10 feet down, 10 feet, another 10 feet down, sort of thing. It like slopes down, right?
Mhm.
As you dash down that, you notice at the base of the quarry, the little work shack that you'd found before. It's about another 30 feet from the base, which you can get to with your full 60 feet of dashing.
Yeah, he would definitely run to it and try and open the door with this free object
Okay.
interaction.
You can open the door.
It's unlocked. He thanks the savior, and then he steps inside if he has any more movement left.
I'd say with the adrenaline rushing through you, you can slam the door behind you.
No, he would keep it open.
Oh, okay. Okay,
he
that's
just-
brave.
He would just step inside. Well, he imagined. I mean, he probably still thinks that Havel is coming up behind him. Havel and Aslan.
As you turn around behind you, stepping through the doorway to look for your friends. So you don't see them running in the night anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, you see nobody. What you see is this ship falling another 100 feet, now hovering just above the hillside, engulfed and glowing in these yellow waves of energy, looking itself almost like one of these orbs that you guys have seen so many times before, as this energy wraps itself around it. And then in an instant, it, as a wave of energy dissipates off of it, like flame and blue white light. This thing flashes and it's gone. I would say, because you guys all kind of have cover, everybody except John doesn't have to make me a what is it? Sorry, I have so many different things open right now. My bad. Constitution's no, it's not Constitution saving throw, is it?
The DM's like, I don't know how to kill you. How am I going to kill you now? Do I need a con save? Do I need a
Actually, thinking about it, you're not even in range, so you don't even need to worry about it. No one has to make the saving throw. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You don't,
it's good.
You don't die this round. You die next round. You die next round. Don't worry about it.
As this thing blinks and disappears into the night sky, you guys notice the ground rumble and the
Did it just disappear out of thin air, or does it fly away?
I'll describe it again. This yellow energy seems to be gathering around it until it almost looks like one of these glowing orbs that you guys have seen before. The energy then dissipates off of it, sending a wave of force echoing across the ground, dissipating, sliding rocks and sending shales and making the earth rumble, the hillside rumble. And then in an instant, in a flash of flame and white blue light, and then blinks almost into the night sky. It, to John, who's the only one who really can properly fully see it, you can't tell if this thing has just moved faster than your eyes could see it, or if that was some sort of teleportation. It's unclear to you, but it was incredibly quick.
Gotcha.
Silence settles across the night sky, and then rumbling. John's fine. You two in the quarries. I need dexterity saving throw. John, Saul, this rock that you've now been sitting above just tips, sitting below just tips, and starts to slide onto you. How are you reacting to that?
I sidestep it.
You sidestep it? Okay. I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Aslan and Havel, what are your saving throws?
13.
Okay. 14 and 15 from... 14 was the DC, so I'm afraid Saul, as you try and sidestep it, this rock lands on top of you.
Oh no.
It does 8 bludgeoning damage, and you are now trapped beneath it as it smashes down onto like your legs and the left-hand side of your body.
Okay.
The rocks are slipping and sliding around you.
Whose turn is it now?
I think we're out of combat because that thing blinked out.
Oh, okay.
Night
Then
size is
Aslan will run to help Saul lift the boulder from him.
You don't know where Saul went. You're at the bottom of the quarry right now.
Oh, I thought we all went through the door, except John.
No,
Okay.
Saul ran down the hillside and found himself spotted thing. You guys dimension doored into the quarry, and John ended up in the work shack.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say John, as the thing just streaks like a lightning bolt out of existence into the horizon. He's just standing in the doorway, holding the doorknob with the door open, panting, just staring at where the living ship was, and he suddenly looks around and realizes that he doesn't see anybody else, and he feels afraid, perhaps thinking the worst, and he would peek his head out of the work shack door looking around, searching for his friends.
All right.
Travel and as the rocks slide around you as the quarry starts to collapse in on itself and some of the hillside falls into it, filling it in. But you guys are able to escape unscathed. You see John poking his head out of the work shack.
How far away is John? Like a couple feet?
60 feet. He's at the
60
entrance
feet?
of the quarry, whereas you guys are at, like, you know, actually in the quarry.
Cool.
As I scan around, I'll walk towards John and I'll rap on the side of the shed. I was like, "It's friendly, Mr. Morello. Don't irritate us."
All right, I'm just glad to see you alive.
Yeah, sorry, John. I wish I could get you, but I only could fit 2 on the store.
Damn, we were getting our asses handed to us in that fight. I wonder why it left. Maybe it's just trying to terrorize us. Break
You know
our fighting spirit.
You know what? At least we live another day to fight.
True.
Right? I wish I could call it fighting, but count our blessings, we're still alive. You see the old geezer?
You hear Saul cry out from further down the quarry.
And I was like, well, looks like we found him.
I'll run towards him. And then I'll lift up the rock.
So your leg
Mm-hmm.
is sore.
Well, sure.
You're gonna have a limp for the next couple days.
I'm going to use my remaining key points to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to rub my hands together really fast and then press them against my injured ankle. And I'm going to do that a couple of times.
Trying to warm it up. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, this is actually a thing I have. One second. It's called Quickened Healing. 2 key points. And I can do that 2 times.
Oh, it's a real thing.
8
That's pretty cool.
plus, it's usually a waste of key points to be real. 14 hit points.
You have 14 hit points back, and your ankle seems to be somewhat recovered.
Aslan will help him up after he lifts the rock. Then
Thank
he
you,
finishes
Aslan.
healing his ankle.
Appreciate that. He winces and limps along as Aslan helps him along.
So, what now?
I think we need to find a way inside. It did something.
I don't know if that's true. I don't understand why it left. But
It probably left because it did what it came to do. So we
And
need to
what
find
did
out what that is.
what did it come to do? It hardly had any time. If anything, to me it just seems like it laid a trap for us.
He points at the mountain, which is, now destabilized. That doesn't look like nothing to me.
It just did a crash landing, a rough landing.
I'm not sure about that.
You think it's made some kind of change to the monument?
That would be my guess, yeah.
All right.
I think it made a change to the monument. We got there. It shot at us a little while, then left. The only reason it would have left. That I can think of, we're just like gnats to it.
All right. Well, the whole hillside is a rock slide, but I guess we can dig around and see if we can find an entrance back into the mines. We're probably gonna need to use your lamp. At this point, I guess I doubt the enemy will be returning anytime soon. Let's see what we can see.
All right, we should find somewhere safe first. I think try to rest up a little bit.
Fine.
I mean,
I think the shack here is good enough. You can take a
Fair
moment.
enough.
What does it
Is-
have?
is the shack big enough to fit all four of us? Yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to cuddle. It's literally like a tool shed.
That's fine. As long as I get a short rest out of it, I'll be good.
You know what? We could, if you want the space and you want to do like a long rest, I could put up tiny hut. It's actually, tiny hut will work. So I'll put tiny hut. And do you want to buy the shack or you want to buy the entrance? It will put us semi opaque, semi cover. So as long as we don't talk too loud, no one's
No.
going to see us.
No, I would say do it inside. That way it's hidden,
Okay.
just in case they return. Though I don't think they will. Not tonight, at least. Not
Okay.
while we're.
All right. So I'll put up we'll huddle inside the shack. I'll put up the tiny hut just for additional work, and we'll go do the long rest in there.
As you guys have all cast his spell, and you guys settle down for a restless sleep. Let's go to break.
Yes.
We'll be right back. 2 minutes, everybody. That's all you got. We'll see you now.
All right, I'll be right back.
As the party goes to rest in their tiny hut and wake at dawn breaking. John, being the first, of course, to hear it, as he's the first awake, as he doesn't sleep, as he hears a voice, a very familiar voice. Guys? Aslan? John?
Is that you?
What did you say? Sorry? The Discord cut out like the first half of your sentence.
He asks, Al, is that you? And then he would come out of the tiny hut and of the work shack, stepping outside.
You see her small dwarven figure wearing a dark cloak, hunched to the ground, trying to keep stealthy as possible. John? We thought you guys were dead, man.
Yeah, heroes don't die so easy. But we did have a run-in with the enemy last night. We fought it, but it ran from us, and we couldn't keep up. So we decided to spend the rest of the night here, waiting till morning, waiting till it was safe.
One of the little ones said they saw a flashing in the night.
Yes, that was them. A living ship, flaming, floating, loud and thunderous, with tentacles and rays of light that burn the very mind within your head. Not an easy thing to fight, but fought it we did, and survived we did. We live to fight another day. We will seek the enemy once more.
Sort of like looking at you with a face that's semi between disbelief and, are you crazy? Sure. Okay. Looks around the valley and sees everything collapsed in. What happened here?
Seems one of their ships, one of those creatures that made a landing here and disturbed the mountainside, seems to have caused some kind of rock slide that closed the entrance to the mines. I'm not sure why, but once we activated the monument within the mines, it sent out some kind of beacon, some kind of lights that permeated the lands, and the enemy was drawn to here after that. And then they did this. He gestures around to the collapsed quarry. But
It's like looking at it.
we're still not.
I mean, I know a thing or two about rocks. She walks up and starts examining the quarry and sort of looking around, examining the cave. What are the rest of you doing?
Do you think you can get us into the mines? Could you find us a way in to see what they have done?
She's sort of, picking through the stone, picking through the rocks. Take some digging. But I mean, she points up the hillside and you see a crack of this disturbed earth almost seems to run along the hillside and then sort of arc downwards, up towards the peak of the mountains, but then arc downwards. You see the crack? This looks like it caved in from the inside.
From the inside, you say? Well, that is curious indeed. We should take a look, if you can help us.
There's a good 10 feet of rock and debris at the beginning of this tunnel. We don't really have that much manual labor in the village. I guess we could get the people out of it. I don't know what you're supposed to do. She sort of picks aside one of the rocks in the collapsed hole and starts like throwing it aside and examining it.
Havel steps out and he says, Mr. Morel, let's not mince words. We got our asses handed to us. My suggestion is that we find a new city to live in. And little lady, you and your family could come with us, and I say we go to a whole new area where these things don't reside. And you see like Havel like all the shelved and everything, and it's like it wasn't much of a fight.
Havel, I'm sorry, but that is a foolish thought. There's no place safe within the colonies. No place that they cannot reach. Have you not seen? They're basically masters of the sky and of the night. But I know that there is a way to defeat them. We just need to be smart about it. Tonight, they made an ambush for us. But next time, we need to lay the trap. Remember, within the mountain, it could not escape from us or shoot at us from a distance, fighting us within the mountain. We need to lure it next time. Bring it to a place where we are fighting it on our terms. Place where we can hit it back.
Well, I'm all for that, Mr. Morello, but we need to get better armament because I wasn't that helpful in the fight. And
well, you have your rifle, but I have an idea. I'd say we stick to the same plan and we head to Bay Gate. When we get those explosives and we come back with a plan, we lure the thing back here to the monument, and we can lay a trap for it, and we'll take it out then. Take out one more of those living ships, that it doesn't threaten the colony any further.
I have a question. This probably isn't my character's expertise, but
Mm-hmm.
does the mountain look almost like caved in on itself almost?
It's exactly what Al described.
Okay.
It looks like the crack that's going up. You know, it goes up the same ridge line as the hill, and then sort of echoes down into the valley. Arcs down into the valley. It looks like the tunnel, literally, is like, you know,
Gotcha. And does that
like a sinkhole.
depression, does that match up to like where my character would know that the pyramid is?
It seems to match along be almost the same distance as the tunnel you guys walked underground.
Okay.
Hmm.
And the part that arcs down the hillside. You notice that the depression might be slightly larger.
John, what if there's nothing here to defend anymore?
I suppose that could be a possibility, but the question would be, why would the enemy do that?
Well, if we're working under the assumption that they know who we are, we already destroyed one of those things. I can't imagine they were very happy about that. So if they had the means, why not move it somewhere else?
Look, it is no assumption. They know who we are. I've seen them in the ether. I've
Sure. So
made a connection, looked
So they
into
kn-
its eyes, and seen the darkness.
right. Are you done? He's sipping some coffee. He's made like stovetop, like fireplace coffee.
Done. I also
Alright, so
that
Al helped herself to a cup.
they know who we are. They know what we've done. They know we're capable of destroying one of those things. So as soon as they knew we were there, they came and they, I don't know, did magic or something, got it out of there. Because I don't know, it just feels like
the only thing
something large was removed from the mountain and now it's just sunk in on itself. That's what it looks like to me.
No. So listen here. Before we went to the tunnels, the enemy didn't really know of us. But once we've made our move and destroyed the previous monument, they most certainly knew of our existence, especially after having slain one of their living ships. And now, I think they know that we've discovered this one. And so this is why they've come here, to deny us access to it. They know that we could use it. How about instead of destroying the next one, we could recover it and perhaps use it against them? That's the only explanation that makes sense, that they don't want us to get to it.
Well,
I
do
guess
you?
Possible. I guess what I'm saying is, do you think that pyramid is still under there?
Of course, there's no way that even they could destroy it easily. Remember,
I don't know if they destroyed it.
I don't think they did. I think they only buried it under the mountain.
They have teleportation magic, right?
I don't know.
Couldn't they teleport it out?
I'm not an expert.
I thought you were an expert.
Nah, I'm an expert of their mental capabilities. I have intuitions and have something guiding me along the path.
My intuition is telling me that there is nothing down there anymore. That's what my intuition is telling me. I think it's gone. I think they came and took it before we could break it.
Would you bet the fate of the colony on it?
I'm not saying we shouldn't check. I'm just saying I don't think we should waste time ferrying explosives over here till we know for sure.
No, I'm not saying that we should destroy it. I'm saying that I think we should recover it. Whatever's within the monument, if we can.
Look, I like the idea of using their weapons against them. I'm a little. You'd have to do something to prevent them from. I think we need to find out if it's there or not. Because if they can just move that stuff around just by being near it, then it probably wouldn't be a good idea to use it against them because they would be able to just move it whenever they want it.
That is a possibility, but we can only work on based on what we've seen. So let's not presume that they can do all this. Not yet, at least.
I just think we need to check. That's all I'm saying.
But either way, I do think that we still need to go to Baygate to acquire explosives. But before we do that, yes, with Al's help, we definitely should take a look and make sure that the monument is still intact. If we can.
I asked Al, I was like, hey, the lady, if we were to hand dig out the collapse, how long will it take?
I'd have to look at it, but like, if you want to go down that tunnel, man, that's at least 100 feet of solid rock. I don't know if you want to. What do you want exactly? She looks at you, confused.
Well, I'm trying to weigh the option of hand digging everything out or just taking the explosive, a minimum amount of explosive, and just blowing everything out.
She nods her head over and towards the direction of where it looks like it's slightly more collapsed on itself, and she goes, I mean, if you want to go straight down from there, I guess take a couple days. We could try gather up some muscle. Maybe a week, maybe 2. I don't know how deep it is, man.
And if we try to blow it out, will it be a little bit faster without doing additional collapses?
Listen, I haven't worked with high explosives or anything like that. I'm not sure about what they do, but I think you're just going to be creating smaller bits to fall in the same hole, no?
That's kind of what I was thinking. If you think it'll take a week to dig straight down, then I guess we could do that. We could go to Baygate, get the stuff. John does that weird mind
don't
thing.
take my word for it. I don't know how deep this thing is, man.
Look, it's fine. Just gather up whoever you can in past town. Any laborers that are willing to make some honest coin, you know that we're good for it, and have them work while we go to Baygate and grab the payload that we see. Then we will return here to past town, and hopefully you will have exposed the monument by then, and we will blast our way into it so we can recover the artifact. But before we even set all this in motion, I do think we should check to see if the monument is in fact intact. I'm imagining we could leave that to you, Al. I will contact you within a couple days to know of what has come of this, if that's fine by you.
Well, Saul, come to think of it, you said you were able to sense something coming out of the pyramid before, right?
Indeed.
Do you think if you tried very hard, maybe meditated for an hour or 2, do you think you'd be able to get any trace of it? Through the stone might save us a lot of time and heartache.
Maybe, but maybe if I was touching it, I could do it. But having it buried beneath a mountain, I think that's a slim chance. But if you really want me to, I guess it'll only cost us an hour. But fine. While you all deliberate on as to what exactly we will do, I'll give a go at it. But only because you asked nicely, Saul. And he gives him a feeble smile. And then he would turn and walk towards the work shack. to try and I guess he would take a short rest and try and reach into the ether, see if he senses anything coming from the mountain.
If you try it from the work shack, you will reach out and feel your friend's consciousnesses around you, but you're too far away from anything to feel much beyond where you are, you know. As you reach into the quarry and into like the tunnel ahead of you, which is like still 60 feet away, it's rock. You're not feeling anything in the nearby area, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe if you moved around, like your physical location might be able to help where your mind can reach into, but from the work shed, you're pretty far away from the whole situation.
Why don't you sit at the bottom of that crater that Allie pointed out?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
John
that-
and say, "Fine, I'll do it."
I'll stand watch. I know you're very worried.
Sure, I wouldn't mind some company. This is your idea, anyways. He says as he marches up the hillside, trying not to fall on his ass amongst the loose stones.
I have a question. When you do your mind thing, your eyes are closed and you're like vulnerable at this point, right? You don't feel or hear anything, right?
Well, Havel wouldn't know because usually John is wearing shades, right? So he doesn't know if his eyes are closed or not.
Okay. So I'll go with Saul and John, and I'll keep guard. And when John like sits down and does his little meditation thing, Havel will pick up a little. If you can find like a little bit of a charcoal type of thing, as John is meditating,
you can find rocks and stones and dirt and dust.
I'll pick up a very, very soft
Like a clump of dirt.
I'll crush it in my hand and put some on my head while John's meditating. I'll put some like angry eyebrows on him. So even with a shade, you always have that angry look on him. They're like, look.
John, the same thing as if you're detecting thoughts in someone else's body, and going into someone else's mind. You can still feel and sense things around you, right?
Play along. I'll say that since John's mind is elsewhere, maybe he misses. He feels something, but he thinks it's all in his head.
I rolled a 20.
In this rare instance, it wasn't. So
I rolled a 23 on self check. If you're asking.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
that's
sleight of hand. Sorry.
His passive perception.
Okay, good to know. As you reach out, John, the darkness, closed eyes, circles around you. Slight dim rumbling. The great cosmic psychic energy you feel of, the land itself and the weave of magic in the air. And then you feel a slight pull, like a slip. Like when the waves lap at your feet at the ocean side, and then between the waves where it sort of pulls back, you feel that same slow pulling sensation on you. Do you give in or do you resist?
No, he would most certainly give in and see where it leads to.
You give in. You're pulled with this slow, calming river sensation of flowing down a lazy lagoon in the water as your consciousness is slowly sucked away. And like a riptide, the current builds and starts to drag against you. May I please have an intelligence saving throw? Wisdom saving throw. What did I do last time, guys? I'm so sorry, but I don't actually have it written down
I'm
anywhere.
90% sure it was a wisdom saving throw.
Can it be charisma?
No. I think it was wisdom, right? It was a wisdom saving throw.
It was
Yeah,
wisdom.
most likely.
Fuck. That's an 11.
And you don't fight the tide. Or as you do, you find yourself overwhelmed by it. And once again, you feel this swirling sensation as your mind seems to be pulled, dragged, swirled round and round. And what you guys notice with John as he's sitting meditating on the ground, his head ever so slightly start to move in a circular motion. And then you feel it again, as if you were standing on the circle, John. You're being pulled into a black void, a chasm. Something is dragging, pulling, screeching your consciousness into it. And then, with your inability to resist, black. Still calmness, once again. You hear a watery echoing sound of an inaudible, unintelligible language. What languages do you speak again?
I think he just speaks Common and Elvish. No, and he speaks Aberrant also.
He speaks what, sorry?
I think Aberrant? Or, fuck. Forgot the name of the language. I'm trying to look for it.
It's like deep speech or dark speech.
Yeah, Deep Speak. That's what it is, Deep Speak. He knows Deep Speak.
And the small voice is echoing out to you. Many, the same voice. Lots of voices, separate, all at once. Stranger on the doorstep. What is he doing? Why is we come? Stranger is here. Present yourself. Suddenly you feel your whole body naked as the day you were born, floating in the black ether, standing before nothing as it stares into you. Once again, the voice with these echoes all around it, louder, more commanding this time. Present yourself.
John would puff out his small chest, and he would say, "I am John Morello, Herald of the Savior. And who are you?"
The tide. All the darkness, the blackness, this tide. All these echoes and voices fill to a cacophony in your ears. You guys hear John speaking in his own voice, echoing the words of what this abhorrent creature is saying. So you guys, John first says out loud, "I am John Morello, hero of the Savior." And you guys hear him say this as he's sitting there. And then you hear a different voice leave John's lips, echoing the same things. If you'd like to say it, John, you're welcome to.
It would say, "We are the tide. We are the darkness." Wait, is it catching that?
Yeah, it was.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm catching that.
Sweet.
That was good.
Saul's gonna say, "Oh shit," and drop his coffee and start scrambling down the.
Tonight, the bug. It's nothing. Mere silence. Ant of an ant. Worm of a worm. Cell to a bacteria. To an indefinably tiny life form upon this wretched plane. Do you know the password?
I'm gonna try to shake him awake and see if that does anything.
Before Saul does that, I go to John and it's like, ask them, can there be peace between our people?
John can't hear that at all. He's completely engulfed.
Oblivious. John is oblivious to anything that's happening around his physical body.
Okay.
I was about to say, yeah, you can choose whether or not you want to resist Saul's shaking, but you don't feel anything.
Okay.
Well, John can shake him, but Saul can shake him, but before he does so, John, everyone, I guess, both he would say, we might be worms, but we are not alone. And then you would try and like, I guess you would do like, you try and emanate like a psychic fire throughout his body as like a blast of energy. And I suppose that might happen around his physical body as well. Maybe yes, maybe no.
In the ether, the glow of flames light up around your body, and then around your physical form. Indeed. What is the effect that this has?
I think it can just be a hypnotic pattern centered on him. So everyone needs to give a wisdom saving throw. DC 18.
DC 18.
Yeah.
I just made it.
Everyone, even me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Are you there?
Actually, I guess whoever is there with John, like doing his attempt, right?
No, I guess I would be there.
Al failed.
I failed.
Right, and then you're just all charmed and
I
incapacitated for the next minute. Whoever fails,
If you guys want to,
as a green
so
psychic,
everyone failed.
to like swirl
Saul
around,
made it.
and whoever is caught in it and fails, they're just I guess they'll be taken elsewhere. Maybe they see themselves within the inky black void where John's mind currently is. Maybe it could be something like that.
I think what you guys would see as this pattern overtakes John's physical form is you see John's naked body surrounded by the same pattern in the inky blackness as it takes your form, and it seems to be the only thing that you can. Your entire eyes go dark, and the only thing you can see is him glowing before you.
We see John naked.
Oh, come on, man. You see John glowing in a hypnotic pattern.
Oh, that's I look at John's like silhouette, and I grab my
A
junk.
tiny
And I was like,
outline of something very small.
yeah, I grab my junk and I say, nope.
Well, you pass your
That one's
thing.
bigger.
You don't see anything. Okay, shut up.
Yeah, Soul doesn't see anything. You can't see anything either because it's engulfed in white light. Pervert.
Sounds good.
Green light.
Indeed.
Green light, my bad. Green light, you're right. But the brightness of it burns your eyeballs. You struck, can you see this? Can you guys all help me with echoing, creepy laughter as you just hear from 1,000 voices and one voice, seemingly simultaneously. Ha. Wrong. And you feel a psychic blast of energy
Saul is
expel
going
you from this realm.
Saul is freaked out. He is going to do an open palm stunning strike on John's forehead to try to snap him out of it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to hit for that?
Yes, absolutely. But he's
Okay.
sitting still,
So you're going
and so you have advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Does a 16 hit you, John?
Yes.
I need I'm gonna need a DC 15 con saving throw from you.
Okay. That's a 6. I'm stunned.
Okay. He's stunned. The hope here is that this dumbfounds him so much that it cuts off his psychic connection to whatever this is.
The
This
laughter
has to
echoes
work.
from John. The laughter echoes from John's lips, and as he feels the psychic energy about to get mad at him, he feels a punch to the face, and is stunned. and slumps over onto the ground, paralyzed for a second. But luckily, he didn't take whatever was waiting for him on the other side, whatever realm this was in. You guys all snap out of it, and the darkness breaks around you. But as John lies there stunned, he continues laughing with this echoing hundreds, thousands, countless voices, stunned, paralyzed on the ground. And that's where we'll pick up the next session.
All right.
So if you've enjoyed, then please do give us a follow. We are warlocks of the algorithm, and we're just trying to make the machine gods look down upon us and smile. So if you would help with that, that would be great. That's our quest, and for your quests, may all your future rolls be natural 20s. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye!